YouTube, how's it going? The Goat House is back with some more record predictions for the 2020 NFL season, going through every team and game by game. This one for the Las Vegas Raiders. Did a bunch of teams already, and we're finishing up. This is actually the last of the AFC West. So once I'm done here with this video, maybe it's already up while you're listening to this, but there'll be a poll on our Twitter, so you're going to want to follow that Twitter on the AFC West. You guys vote for who wins that division. We do that for every division, and then we'll figure out the seeding. We'll figure out the wild card teams. Then we'll figure out who wins each round of the playoffs. So you guys, very cool here. I cannot wait for this video. We'll create a future video that you guys voted for, so I'm very excited for that. Appreciate the support. We hit 50K on this channel. Really appreciate you guys. We're going to continue to grind, continue to grow here. Please subscribe to that second channel. There's some content on there, more to come in the future, trying to get that sorted out, kind of trying to get these linked on, everything going together, so a little bit of problems right there. But and then we had wrongfully suspended, actually, on our main channel in the past, and it got all cleared up. But just in case it happens again, you guys know where to find the uploads in the meantime on that second channel. So you're going to want to subscribe to that. You're going to want to follow that Twitter. Check out the podcast. Any link that you need, description, comments, playoffpredictors.com site we're using for all these predictions. You can make your own predictions for free there. Come back to the comments with your game-by-game predictions. Breaking down the Raiders, tough team to kind of break down, because you evaluate their roster, and it's a pretty complete roster. There's no... there's definitely spots where they can get better. Don't get me wrong here, but there's no giant hole. So that's kind of the good thing. The bad thing is, do they have enough impact players, big-time players? They have some really good young players. They have, guys like Josh Jacobs could be a top 10 back in football, no problem. We haven't seen Henry Ruggs yet, but I think that's going to be a big-time player. They got a couple good offensive linemen, obviously, and then Darren Waller had a standout year last year, and it's really his first big year there, first year with a real good chance to play. You look at the defense, Max Crosby, a very impressive rookie season. You had a guy like Corey Littleton. There's some young players, everywhere, but do they really have those star impact players that you kind of need in the long run here? I think these guys will be good. I think they're heading in the right direction, but I think they're lacking that. At the same time, there's kind of that QB situation. First half of the year, I was hyping up Derek Carr. He was playing lights out. I was calling him a top 10 quarterback on the season, not in general, but on the season. That was through about 7 games last year or so. Second half of the year, it was pretty brutal. All right, it was not even close. So it's hard to put full trust in Derek Carr. I always was impressed with him, when he was before the injury way back, but there was never enough consistency or enough proof there for me. They signed Marcus Mariota to a pretty big deal. The deal kind of tells me, yeah, we're going to try Derek Carr, but there's a pretty good chance you're going to play that to Mariota. So that's interesting. To me there, do they have enough firepower? My mother, again, like the coaching staff, like where the team's heading, like a lot of young pieces. Here's the question I kind of asked myself. Looking at this balanced team, going against the good to above good teams, which has cut quite a bit of them in today's NFL, and you have to be able to compete with them. Those teams, I think, they can score on the Raiders, and they also can slow the Raiders down. So they can score on that defense, they can slow the offense down. Maybe not every single one could do both, but I think you get my point. They don't do anything that special. I think the running game is going to be pretty special, but there's nothing, as a unit or as a team, to me, that's over the top yet. So that's kind of my situation with the Raiders. I'm going to give you my record prediction. I'm going to circle back, and I'm going to give you the best case scenario here. So week 1, again, we're going to come back. This is a back and forth one. I think the Raiders, Raiders got the preparation side of this. They're maybe more prepared than the Panthers are. A lot of new faces, new coach staff for the Panthers. But I don't think that. The Raiders team's not too unpredictable. It's not, it's not going to be a tough game plan. I think it's going to be tougher to game plan against this Panthers team. This Joe Brady offense, Teddy Bridgewater, a lot of new faces, a lot of young players. It's going to be a fast team. I believe this will be a speedy team. I think it'll be tough to game plan for week 1. Random things happen week 1 as well. So I took the Panthers in this one. Monday night, the home opener in the crazy-looking stadium, maybe the best stadium in football now. Can't wait to see that. So the fans will be crazy. They're always crazy as it is. The players will be hyped, but they play maybe the best prime-time regular season team there is in the Saints. Usually they get a lot of home games prime-time. They dominate those. But I think the Saints could run it up against them, and, the Raiders aren't going to put out shootout numbers. So I think it's just a bad matchup, bad time to play your home opener here. But at least they do have 4 of 4 home primetime games. But I'm going to take the Saints against the Patriots. The Patriots will have to go through a little bit of adjusting because a lot of new faces. Stidham at the helm, most likely. It's the Raiders in this one. And then we got the Bills game. Yeah, the Bills, another one of those teams. It's just that defense definitely can slow the Raiders down. I don't really see them scoring a lot of points. And then the Bills' offense will be better than people expect, and then they'll throw the ball downfield where you beat the Raiders downfield. That's how you beat them. I think Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, John Brown, these guys will take advantage of this. So I think it's a bad matchup. I'll take the Bills. This is tough because I think the Raiders are better earlier in the year. Looking at the pass, looking at Derek Carr, so that's kind of the tough part. The Chiefs, the Raiders will put up points. Can they keep up with the Chiefs? They get the bye week. They got the Buccaneers, so I got a little bit of an upset here off the bye week. Good bye week in week 6, maybe a week earlier than I would like and love. 7 or 8's the obvious better ones, I think. But I'm going to take the Raiders. I think Gruden, knows how to game plan against this pro-style team, Bruce Arians, Tom Brady, and I think they get the job done here in a very tight game. Raiders, Browns, two teams that are probably at their best around week 8. That's a tough game. I think very similar. Both teams are going to pound the football to kind of open up the pass since it's so close. I'm going to give the edge to the Browns because they're home and because they have that star pass rush factor in Myles Garrett, which can make that extra play. Pass rush is that important. The Raiders do have some pass rush. Clelin Ferrell could be a sneaky guy this year, could be a lot better. Raiders, Chargers. I like the Raiders taking the away game here. Chargers still, it's week 9. Really good defense, but still trying to figure out their way offensively. I got them over the Broncos at home. I actually got them taking one, so a little bit of a streak here. I got them taking one against the Chiefs. And then they sneak one off here and win the home game. Raiders at Falcons. Took the Falcons. This is the year that the Falcons start heating up every year. This probably be a high-scoring game that the Falcons kind of just outscore them. The defense can start adjusting too. Got them over the Jets here. Who knows what's going on with the Jamal Adams situation. I just worry about, the Jets got a pretty good defense. Need Jamal Adams in there for that to be the case, though. Can they keep up scoring? Colts, Raiders. This is a time of the Colts I think will be at their best. This would be a really good game, though. Phillip Rivers versus the Raiders. This time he has a better offensive line. They're adjusting. I'll take the Colts here. Away. Had them splitting with the Chargers, both winning away games. Chargers defense will be top 5 at least at this point, and Herbert can try to start finding his way. The Chargers win this Thursday night away game, and then I got them over the Dolphins, and I have them splitting with the Broncos. So right there. Yeah, 7-9 is what I have. I think they're on their way. It's not enough impact yet everywhere. They have impact players, not everywhere. Circling back, going best case scenario. I mean, really, they can beat the Panthers because they probably are better than the Panthers week 1. That's really not how it works all the time. They could win that home opener. That could be just that crazy where they can win that home opener. Keep in mind, I did have them beating the Bucks. So I don't want to switch too many of these. They could beat the Browns, but I've already switched 2. So they could take down. I'd say about 10. We could even go as high as 11 possibly. So that's a pretty big range, 7 to 11. But I'd say I'd say 7 to 11 range. I'd say 7, 8, 9. 7, 8, 9. Could there be even if Derek Carr just struggles, they put Mariota in there. He's really not ready because Mariota was looking good early in his career, and he was good. I think just too many injuries caught up with him. Not been able to. He can still run, but not been able to kind of play his game to the fullest. Because of that, or being hesitant to, or the coach and the training staff not wanting him to. So we'll see who the quarterback is throughout this whole season. Derek Carr is definitely going to start. I hope, I really loved the way he was playing. I was excited for him the first half of the year last year. Just went totally south after that. So we'll see here. But, I think 7, 8, 9 around that range. Again, heading in the right direction. But maybe that pass rush, that's kind of the thing. That pass rush, Max Crosby, super good last year, super impressive. And then Clelin Ferrell. We know a little bit of a letdown, just a little bit. I think he takes a little too much bashing. It's a really good pass rusher. Maybe Josh Allen was the better choice if they took him, or the obvious one. But Clelin Ferrell is still a good pass rusher and will be. So maybe that pass rush duo will step up even further than we expect. And we know how much of an impact that is. That can make the entire defense better. So that's kind of the hope for the Raiders. That is realistic. So we will see. Let me know your guys' thoughts. Click that like button. Check us out on Twitter. Follow both of our channels. Would really appreciate appreciate that. That is going to do it for this one, though. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.